So this is an interesting video by Kenny Wallace, and I don't know if he's just missing some math or something, but he's explaining the racing world in a way. He's talking about his race car behind. He just pointed out all his sponsors. He's talking about how he has sponsors to be able to race. If he didn't have these sponsors, he wouldn't be racing. And then in the midst of this, he makes this statement right here, and we're going to talk about it, but give it just a quick listen.
When we race, there's only one division. I'm debullshitting this right now. There's only one division where you can make a living. It's the NASCAR Cup Series. The NASCAR logo. Cup Xfinity truck. That's it. Okay? That's the only...
We're on the heels of a Joey Logano interview where Joey Logano himself said he had to pay if he wanted to run more truck races. He would want to run more truck races, but he would have to bring money. Not make money racing trucks, but bring money to race the trucks. But hold on, this gets even better.
Only area that you're going to make a living, and that's called making it to the big time. If you make it to Major League Baseball, you make it to the NFL, that means you made it, okay? But you are not going to make a living running the World of Outlaw sprint cars, World of Outlaw late models, Lucas Oil late models, okay? You have to have sponsors or a wealthy car owner.
Okay, we're going to stop right there because I have a comment here and I'm going to read it to everybody and we can break it down, or you can break it down, call me an idiot or whatever. Remember everything you just said there. I said, wouldn't you say that even in NASCAR, the driver has to have a wealthy car owner and a big sponsor to put the driver in the car? He just mentioned a big sponsor or a car owner for dirt racing. NASCAR is where you make the money is what he just said. You don't need all that for some reason. That wasn't mentioned, but I'm pretty sure this is factual. I back it up. I say Hendrick, Gibbs, Chevy, Toyota sponsors on their cars. Also, based on what Joey Logano said, you would have to depend heavily on a ROI, return on investment, of millions of dollars in renting trucks to even attract a cup team to get to that level to start making that money back. So does that make sense to anybody? You would have to get to cup racing to maybe start making money to get some money back from the millions you would have to invest to rent trucks to even get to that level to start making money. Because according to Joey Logano, you can't really get paid to race trucks. You have to pay to race them. That's why I call NASCAR basically, like go-karts. You go and pay $5 to race, and that's where everybody goes and pay. NASCAR is kind of like everybody goes and pays $5 million and everybody races. It's like rich people go-karts. So anyways, I say, so I just do not agree on that opening statement, especially when the cost of renting a truck for 1 year is what we've been hearing, $3.5 to $5 million. You could own, operate, and race in the World of Outlaw sprint car or late model and or Lucas Oil Series for 2, if not 3 full-time seasons. To get the money back and a venture to NASCAR Cup racing, you would have to invest probably $10 to $15 million in years of renting trucks and Xfinity rights. You could literally race on dirt in the elite level, own everything, collateral, meaning you have a truck, you have a race car, you have engines, you have things that you can sell and get some money back on. You could race in the elite level of dirt with $10 to $15 million for 7 to 10 years, possibly, and make some money back, as well as potentially attract sponsors in the process to make it profitable. As he's speaking about, you need sponsors and stuff on dirt to make money or to race. I said, I am sorry, this stance of NASCAR you make is completely biased. And I really don't. I had to, everything I was doing, I got a really nice video coming out. I had to stop everything I was doing to address this, because this is something that some people, I think, if they're listening to Kenny Wallace, this is something that I think they need to hear. These are some facts about how much money it costs to do this, to make this money that apparently is out there. But you got Joey Logano saying he's having to pay to race trucks, although he listed trucks where you make money for racing for a living or something like that. I still don't get how that works. But for those out there who are thinking of dropping the money you have to drop in trucks and Xfinity to even attract a Cup Series level contract, which is probably where you start maybe getting paid, I would start thinking about how much you have to invest to even do that. And for the amount of money you can invest to go be a NASCAR driver, you can go out here and get you a actual operation and race in the elite levels of dirt racing that is actually on the rise, because our on-track product isn't a snooze fest. Our our product, what dirt racing sells, is the actual on-track product. We don't need a concert. We don't need F1 in Miami with LL Cool J. We don't need festivities. We just throw the damn green flag, and the racing action itself is the entertainment. So that's why our stuff is on the rise. We ain't turning backs to really anybody out there, although NASCAR's done a good job of that. So the investment of going to a NASCAR career versus a dirt racing career is just insane. And if this is the type of narrative that is being pushed, even on the heels of this Joey Logano interview that he did, I'm for one, I'm pretty confused, and for two, I gotta say something about it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta say something about it. Telling these young kids who may want to be a NASCAR driver. By the way, you have to have all this money before the age of 18, or you're too old. If you go to 25 or 26 and you work your ass off and make the money, the 3.5 or 5 million to go, maybe try a NASCAR career, you're too old. They don't accept you. The sponsors, the cliques, the rich money teams and families, the nepotism that runs that organization in sport, you're going to have no chance. But you just show up at a dirt track race with your race cars and your team, and you can get it on for about 7 to 10 years for the amount of money that it would cost you in 7 to 10 years to even think about maybe making $1. So that's just what I would say to this. I had to pull my camera out, and I'm very, very sorry. And I like Kenny Wallace. We've had conversations. We've done some things in the past, but this narrative here, I just, come on, guys. Will somebody tell me in the comment section, am I crazy? Am I crazy to say what I just said? Am I disrespectful to Kenny Wallace? Maybe he's used to the 90s, man. And in the 90s, it was just a different world. Maybe it was just a different world. And maybe he's used to the Kyle Larsons and their examples and all that stuff. But, I mean, you just had Logano on there telling him how much this stuff is costing people. And a wealthy car owner and sponsors. I'm pretty sure that every NASCAR team has a wealthy car owner. And also, you have to bring this. Most of the time, the sponsors on the trucks or the cup cars are, distant relatives to the driver in some way, especially in the Xfinity and truck level. In the cup level, it's a little bit of sprinkled of corporatism, but it's a lot of nepotism as well. I mean, look how quick Mars jumped out. I mean, look at all they can't even keep a full-time sponsor on a cup ride anymore. I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen. Please wake up. If you don't know about the racing world, I'm not saying subscribe to my channel and don't pay attention to Kenny Wallace's channel. He's got a lot of good jokes, a lot of good funny content. The stuff that he's been doing, the interviews, when people get on there and tell him stuff, that's facts, like Joey Logano said. Even Kyle Busch has been talking about this in his interviews recently on how it's all about money, no talent. Please listen to that. If you are an up-and-comer and you go and test a truck for $10,000 and you thought you was going to get somewhere, and then they say, all right, well, here's how much it costs to do a year. It's $60,000 a race, 3.5 for a year. Step your ass back, go build a super late model or a 410 sprint car team and get out here onto the dirt tracks where the stock is rising. We are not plummeting in the dirt racing world in any sort of way. And I think maybe some people up there in NASCAR know that and are a little bit scared. I don't know if they're using Kenny Wallace as kind of like a gatekeeper or something. Some of y'all know what that word means, but I'm just saying, I don't think there's anything I said wrong there. If there is something wrong with my wherewithal, the return on investment, the amount of money you have to invest to go to even pursue a NASCAR career to even start making money, versus the amount of money you would have to invest in dirt racing to actually own and operate and race. Somebody out there tell me if what I'm saying is wrong. Leave a comment below. Like the video, share the video. If you think I'm crazy, that's fine. I think I'm doing basic, simple math here. 3.5. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.
This is how we ride. This is how we do.